Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike, and thanks for joining me this morning. We're moving into another week of a very strange time. Some people call it social distancing. I don't. I think I'm changing that up a little bit to make it a little bit more appropriate. I think it's physical distancing with social closeness. And I believe, and you're going to get sick of hearing me say this, and here's why, because I'm going to get you to believe it. That's why I keep saying it. Great agents thrive in all markets. I've been through 4 or 5 of these things, folks, and I'm still here. And you will be too if you'll just follow me on this, okay? So, as we get started each day this week, 3 basics before we start our new information for the day. 3 basics that you have to be doing right now in order to thrive. You're going to come out this other side of this and you're going to do really well if you keep these 3 basics up. Number 1, you've got to have now more than ever, it's important, a written weekly schedule. All waking hours accounted for, your personal life and your business in that written weekly schedule. All activities are appointments. So if you're going to call and make contact with people in your sphere of influence today to check in with them, I think that's an excellent thing to do. I want to know what time today you're going to do that. So number 1, 3 basics, a written weekly schedule, incredibly important. Number 2, get up, get dressed, go to work. Wherever that is for you, if that's the kitchen table, if it's a designated area in your house, wherever it is, go to work. Stay in your rituals and routines. Don't get out of them. Dress as if you were going to work today. Don't get out of your rituals and routines. And number 3, in your 3 basics every day, adjust your marketing message to an appropriate dialogue. Adjust your marketing to an appropriate message for today's times. Okay? So a month ago, you might have been Mr. Salesy, right? Hey, if you felt like you could make more money in less time by listing your house with me today, would you be prepared to make that decision? Would you? That's not appropriate today. Now, you're going to change your marketing message to match the times. Right? I'm going to show you how to do that. Hang with me. But those are your 3 basics. Ignore the 3 basics and you're going to waste the opportunity. Okay, so for today, 2 action steps each day this week outside of the basics, 2 action steps that you can take for today. Number 1, make contact with 10 for sale by owners today with your top 5 virtual marketing tips. I'm going to give them to you, okay? Because I know what you're going to say. Well, Mike, I can't think of anything. No, I get it. That's why I put together this program for this morning, to offer them to you. But you are going to have to reach out to 10 for sale by owners today with your 5 virtual marketing tips. See, a month ago, you would have reached out to them in your scripted dialogue, wouldn't you? And you kind of feel like you still need to be making contact with them, but that script and dialogue, that doesn't feel right today, does it? It's not right. It's out of context and inappropriate. So what could you do that would be appropriate? Well, I contend this. The people still need to sell their home, and they fully get what's going on in the world. Who doesn't? But they're a little stuck. Like, how do I market my time in an age of physical distancing? How do I market my own property? And here's what I want you to do. I just want you to be the helpful, trusted advisor. Well, Mike, aren't I supposed to be trying to get them to list their homes with me? You are, but you're doing it appropriately. So I want you to make contact, live conversation, text, email, Facebook Messenger. None of that stuff counts, folks. I want you to talk to 10 for sale by owners with these 5 tips. You're just calling to give them 5 tips on how they can market their home in today's virtual environment. And if you want to put them down and send it to them electronically after the conversation, I'll give you a gold star for that, okay? Your 5 virtual tips. Number 1, use Facebook Live to hold a virtual open house. Use Facebook Live to hold a virtual open house. Gosh, you could do that every day. Number 2, use geofencing ads to capture people's attention when they enter inside your boundary line. Number 3, create a unique website for your home. Now, those of you that work here with me, you just take this for granted, right? We just create a unique website for every listing that you take. But that's shocking news to for sale by owners. Create your own website for your home where you can host information about your home so people can view it virtually. Number 4, use drone videos for exterior tours of the property and the community. So if you live in a community with a lot of amenities, could you not create a drone video tour to show people the great pool complex and the lakes and the walking trail and the tennis courts and right? How about, could you not show them a walking tour around the property? And then number 5, kind of go with that, create a virtual video tour inside the property, professionally done. Create a video virtual tour inside the property. Those are your 5 tips that you can offer to for sale by owners today on how they can market their home virtually. Folks, they won't even know where to get started. They won't even know that they don't even know what geofencing ads are. They have no idea. And if you don't, you're not listening to me enough. You're giving them ways, because what do they think? Well, all we do is put a sign in a lot box on a property and wait for somebody to come along and buy it. Wow, I guess if that was true, I wouldn't want to pay me 6% either. Now, there's a lot more to it, isn't it? And you're helping them understand that. So I want you today to make contact with 10 for sale by owners and offer them your 5 tips on how to virtually market their home. And then you could follow it up with sending it to them via email or a Facebook Messenger or a text, and you could pretty it up and make it look like a certificate. You could do whatever you want after that. My primary concern is that you have 10 conversations with them today and that you offer them these tips. Your second action tip for today is going to be totally different. Excuse me. Excuse me. I want you to create a video today. Yeah, you knew I was coming back to that, didn't you? I want you to create a video today of 2 minutes or less of something positive and inspirational going on around you. Now, I don't know what that is for you, but I think that even the most pessimistic of us can find something that's positive and inspirational going on around them. And I want you to make a video of that, 2 minutes or less. Don't go over 2 minutes. I want to give you some ideas that I did this weekend of just things that I noticed going on around me, and I pulled out my phone and I hit the record button and I made videos of it because I found it motivational and inspirational. So let me share them with you just to kind of get your brain going in this area, okay? My neighborhood's a pretty small neighborhood, but we decided as a community to hang, everybody that wanted to or had it, to hang an American flag out front of our homes. And the reason why we did that, it was just a sign of support and encouragement to each other. That's why we did it. I don't know that it changed anybody's life, but there were a number of really positive comments from it. When you drive through our community, you go, wow, it looks great. And it's just a sign of support and encouragement. So I made a video of that and just explained, why does every house, it looks like the 4th of July, right? Why does every home have an American flag outside? No, we're just supporting and encouraging each other. That's why. Saturday afternoon, I heard the music, and I don't know, maybe you're like me, maybe you're not. The music that the ice cream trucks play is thrilling. It makes me feel like I'm 8 years old again. And I heard it, and it was in the neighborhood next to ours. And I asked them, I drove over there, found the ice cream truck, and said, would you drive through my neighborhood too? That we don't have very many kids. But the adults came out. The ice cream truck was an awesome idea. It was a touch of Americana. And the excitement of all these people who are going through a very difficult, scary time right now, granted, but the ice cream truck for 5 minutes made that all go away. So I made a video of that. There were a couple ladies in our neighborhood that had baked muffins and were walking around giving them a batch to each of their neighbors. And when I saw them walking around, I asked them what they were doing. They said, we're coming for your house. I said, okay, great. Can I make a video of you walking up to the door and giving these muffins? Like, not earth-shattering stuff, folks. Just small acts of kindness. Parents, I made a video yesterday afternoon of all these parents that I've noticed that are out riding bikes with their kids now. And maybe I'm just now noticing it, or maybe they've never done that before. The parents that are going for walks, have you noticed this around where you live? The number of people out walking and exercising and doing it as family units? And isn't that inspirational? So I made a little video about that and just kind of talked about what was going on in and around my neighborhood. And after you make your video today, and maybe it's multiple things going on, maybe it is, I want you to post it to all your social media sites. And I want you to send it out in an email with an embedded video in it. I want you to do that today. Why? Because in a world where the news is almost unwatchable and you have all these people around you spreading drama and fear and exaggeration because it feeds their ego, you're paying attention to them. You be the voice of inspiration and positivity. Today, I want you to get those 2 things done. I want you to get your 3 basics done. I want you to get those 2 activities done. And I want you to do this. I want you to watch out for these 2 people. Okay? Chicken Little, Mr. Drama. He's trying to play you. He's trying to create your dependence on him. He's trying to make money off of you. He's trying to gain an advantage off of you. Here's my rule. You start that stuff with me, you start the sky's falling, this is going to get worse, you're on the inside no, and it's going to be worse. I am done with you. I am done with Chicken Little and Mr. Drama. If you want to preach the sky's falling because you want to play me and leverage me somehow and make money off of me, recruit me, sell me one of your products, I am done with you forever.